Can the planet Saturn save you from the malefic influence of Rahu in your horoscope? So let's say that you have a malefic Rahu in your horoscope. Let's say that your Rahu is placed in the 6th house in Virgo or any other sign, in the 8th house in Scorpio or any other sign, in the 12th house in Pisces or any other sign, and it is negative, it is afflicted. When will Rahu become negative and afflicted is when the Lord of the 6th house where Rahu is placed, or the Lord of the 8th house where Rahu is placed, or the Lord of the 12th house where Rahu is placed become weak, debilitated, or conjunct with Ketu, Saturn. So in your horoscope, if you have a malefic Rahu, if you have Rahu in the 6th, 8th or 12th, and you're worried that this Rahu is giving a lot of problems, giving a lot of litigation. I'm talking about the Rahu in the 6th house, court cases, enemies, right, unnecessary debts. Or let's say Rahu is in the 8th house, so you have secret enemies. Or let's say you face through a lot of transformation and accident like situation. Or let's say Rahu is in the 12th house, you have a lot of expenses and you always end up hospitalization, or you end up going to a remote place and wander without any aim and purpose. So if you want to know about the secret of how Saturn can save you from the malefic influence of Rahu in Dusthanas, then first you have to subscribe to Purab's universe, because only if you subscribe to Purab's universe you get access to such different content. And after watching this video in its entirety, if you like this video, hit the like button. If you dislike this video, please hit the dislike button, but show me your genuine reaction. So hey guys, what's up? I hope you guys are doing great, and I welcome you back to Purab's universe. Right. So I'll keep it short, to the point, and make it quick. If Rahu is placed in Dusthanas, 6th house, 8th house, 12th house, or let's say Rahu is placed in any other house and the Lord of that house is placed in the Dusthanas, 6th, 8th or 12th, or it is conjunct with malefics like Ketu, Saturn, Mars. So the overall influence or the result yielding capacity of Rahu becomes negative, right? So let's say you have a negative Rahu. Should you be scared or worried about it? Or is there a planet which can save this negative Rahu, which can save you from the malefic influence of this Rahu to a certain extent? So if you have Rahu in 6, 8, 12, and if you have Saturn either aspecting Rahu with the special aspects, that is the 3rd aspect and the 10th aspect, then things are better. Also, if it is aspecting with the 7th aspect, that is the direct opposite aspect of Saturn, then also Saturn will manage. Now, how will this Saturn manage this malefic Rahu? What is Saturn? Saturn is tension, anxiety, fear, boundaries, frustration, and Saturn is consciousness. Saturn slows things down. So the primary karakatva and nature of Saturn is that it slows and delays things. Now, if this Saturn, let's say Rahu is in the 6th house and Saturn is placed in the 4th house strongly along with the Lord of the 4th house, which is Moon, because it's Cancer sign here, and Saturn is aspecting this 6th house Rahu with the 3rd aspect, then this Rahu will give a criminal mindset, will give a tendency to cheat, get into fights, get into quarrels, take loans and not pay them timely, and there will be criminal tendencies because the 6th house is such. Or this can also give diseases of unknown nature. So when the 3rd aspect of Saturn will be falling on this Rahu, Saturn will first give a fear and give delay. So if this person wants to end up being in a malefic situation, negative situation, do something wrong, unethical, Saturn will first give fear, because Saturn's aspect over Rahu is something like somebody wants to fly in a negative direction and Saturn is cutting the wings of the Rahu, right? So if Saturn is putting the 3rd aspect over Rahu, even though you have a malefic Rahu, but this Rahu wouldn't do much harm in your life, but this will be predominant till the age of 35. After the age of 35, the power and intensity of the aspect of Saturn becomes less, because Saturn is the karaka of longevity. It cannot block something forever. It has to give the results. It has to loosen the grip. So once you cross 35, this Saturn will become matured and it will lose its grip, and that time there is a chance that your Rahu might overtake, because Rahu matures at 42 and Rahu might cause harm. But till the age of 35, let's say Saturn has given you lessons how to not cheat, how to not take debts, how to not do negative things, how to not avoid underlying diseases and take conscious efforts to cure yourself. So if you behave in the same way as Saturn has trained you till the age of 35, then you're not going to land up in trouble. But if you don't do, and if you follow this negative Rahu in the 6th house, then you're going to land up in a troublesome situation. Similarly, if Rahu is in the 8th house, now 8th house is the house of secret enemies, accidents, transformation, your in-laws, right? Sudden happenings, and it is also the savings of your life partner. So if this Rahu is malefic, then you will see that your in-laws are very selfish and disturbing in nature, and you will have many secret diseases, or you will have many secret enemies, because 8th house is the house of long-standing diseases, secret diseases, because it's the house of Nija dosha. And also this 8th house Rahu will take you into dangerous and transformative situation. There will be suicidal tendencies also, because 8th house is death, and Rahu will give you that urge to experience death closely. But if Saturn is placed in the 2nd house and Saturn is putting the 7th aspect, direct aspect over the 8th house, over this Rahu, then whatever in-law problem, whatever transformation, whatever underlying disease, whatever accident issue might occur, transformation is due for you. Saturn will slow the transformation, Saturn will slow the disease, Saturn will improve your longevity because it will slow death, Saturn will block your in-laws from creating trouble and harming you. But as I said, after 35 this Saturn will loosen its grip, so you have to become wise. You have to see how this Rahu behaved till the age of 35 when Saturn was influencing it, and after Rahu becomes free from the grip of Saturn after the age of 35 and becomes mature at the age of 42, Rahu would want to again fly and overtake and take shortcuts and do things negative associated with the 8th house. Now if you follow the trend of Rahu and Saturn till the age of 35, then things are really going to be okay. But if you take shortcuts, if you put yourself into troublesome situation, if you do things which attract secret enemies, then definitely this Rahu is gonna take you into a troublesome situation, so beware. Rahu in the 12th house, expenses, losses, hospitalization, jail, right? Or getting lost in an uninhabited place, in a foreign culture or situation, and also taking a lot of efforts for foreign immigration, migration and things like that. So Rahu is in the 12th house, and if you do things which are unfair and unethical, let's say you want a citizenship of a country and you make a fake passport, then you're going to land into trouble. If Saturn is aspecting this Rahu, that's the only way in which you can be saved. So let's say Saturn is placed in the 10th house, with its third aspect it is blocking this negative Rahu, then you will have a fear of doing illegal stuff when it comes to foreign migration, and it will avoid unnecessary expenses because it will delay the expenses and losses. It will not put you into risky situation where you end up in jail or get hospitalization, so it will delay the significance of Rahu and the 12th house, but till the age of 35. Once you are 35, Rahu will become free slowly, and after 42 it will become very free. So what you need to do is you need to cautiously handle this malefic Rahu. So remember what I said, I will repeat. Rahu when placed in the 6th house, 8th house and 12th house, especially in Virgo, Scorpio and Pisces, malefic influence. If the lord of Rahu becomes debilitated or conjoined with malefics, then Rahu is more negative and Rahu is taking you in wrong direction, because the lord is like the guiding head of Rahu, right? Now if Saturn is placed strongly, let's say Saturn is placed in Kendra 410, or Saturn is placed in the 2nd house in the sign of its friend Venus, right? So in this case, Saturn is strong, and if Saturn is aspecting this malefic Rahu from a particular house, which I've explained in the aforementioned part of the video, then Saturn will save this Rahu from doing negativity and creating havoc in your life, but it will teach you till the age of 35 how to remain correct, not to do criminal things, avoid transformative situation, avoid cheating and things like that, and live righteously. But once Saturn matures, Saturn with age, it loosens its grip. So wherever it is aspecting, especially in this case if it is aspecting Rahu, it will free Rahu slowly, and Rahu will try to do all the malefic things. So you have to behave in the same way like you were previously, and if you don't follow the way in which Saturn was controlling this Rahu, then you will land up into a troublesome situation. So can Saturn save you from the malefic influence of Rahu in your horoscope? Yes, of course it can. And why I am connecting Saturn and Rahu? Because Saturn and Rahu both are the lord of the 11th house in Kal Purush, which is Aquarius sign. So similar in nature, and they are ruling the same house. So Ketu Mars rules Scorpio, so similar in nature. Saturn Rahu ruling Aquarius, similar in nature. So this aspect, the aspect of a friend, will definitely help Rahu. So I hope this video enlightened you. I love you all. Take care of yourself. Take care of your Rahu. Adios. Jai Hind. Jai Bharat.